Mary Hand has the third question from the floor, and Tarryl will answer first this time.
How will you respond when they call you just another tax and spend Democrat?
Well, thank you. That's what they do. That's the Karl Rove playbook. I don't know if you saw, but for everybody who's entered this race, as well as everybody who's entered the governor's race, they have a press release that says, fill in name here. You know, if it wasn't for the fact, you know, if it was just not having a record, we would have won in 2002, 2004, 2006, 2008. I can tell you the story about when I won my special election. I remember we had been out campaigning hard one day. It was late at night. And it was when those first attack pieces came. And there were 2 pieces of tablet. And I thought, oh no, my kids have seen this. My kids' friends have seen this. My kids' parents, you know, friends' parents have seen it. What are they going to think? And you know what happened? They were mad. They were mad because we had done the work. We had made sure we were framing the issues about making sure that we have fairness in our tax structure, making sure that this is about jobs, making sure that this is about healthcare costs, and our veterans, and public safety, and fiscal accountability. We were able to get through it because of that. And you know what? They came back and they attacked me again the next year. They still attacked Colin Peterson on this issue. Come on. So the bottom line is anyone who thinks that we're not going to get attacked, it's a problem. So one, frame it up front and make sure that people know that I'm going to be fighting for every dollar, that I have a track record for doing that. And number 2, that when they fight and they attack us and they make things up, because they will, that we fight back, just like Amy Klobuchar, who didn't have a record did. We're going to make sure that we are standing up straight and that we have the resources to fight back. Because you know what? Ella almost won in spite of not having the resources. But she attacked him. She attacked him for his job, and they didn't fight back. So we're going to do that with your help. Thank you.
Well, you better believe that Michelle Bachmann is going to use that strategy and that argument. She is absolutely relentless and she is ruthless. And in this 6th district, this is a pretty red district. There are 43% of us in this district that sit blue, and there were 46% that voted for her as Republicans in the last election. That argument she uses because it works. She wouldn't use it if it didn't work and if it didn't resonate in this particular district. And I stand, or sit, as the case may be, as someone who she is absolutely unable to attack on that particular issue. She does not have and will not have the ability to come after me and use a voting record to assail me. She does not have video to use against me, but what she could have, if she wanted it, is a very, very long business record. And I really, really welcome the day. I can't wait for the day that Michelle Bachmann tries to attack me on that account. Because my history in business at the university has been one of fiscal responsibility. It has been one of balancing budgets and creating jobs. And she is absolutely impossible. It will be impossible for her to make it stick. She can sling the mud. I expect her to do so. I've been watching her do it for many, many years. But mud doesn't stick when you don't have a record that will allow her to make her charges come home. Her charges will not come home on this girl, and she will be going home. Thank you.
Carl Hagelin with our 4th question, and the first speaker on this will be Maureen.
Do you believe that people in the state of Minnesota, if they had the option of buying health insurance across state lines, would be a better option and would be more competitive or cheaper insurance?
Thanks for the question. I'll give you the backdrop on this. In some ways, healthcare is very complex, and in some ways, it is very simple. People are uninsured because it costs too much. And it costs too much for 2 reasons. We pay doctors and hospitals incorrectly. We pay them on the back end of care for everything they do to you, rather than paying on the front end for preventing care, for coordinating your care. The other thing that we do incorrectly is we pay insurance companies wrong. Insurance companies get more money if they insure the people that don't need it, and they don't insure the people that do. So when I say I stand for complete and comprehensive healthcare reform, it's 4 things. 1, we cover everybody with a basic benefit set. 2, we change the way we pay doctors and hospitals. 3, we do the insurance reform, which means that you can't be squeezed out because you had heart disease or cancer 5 years ago, and you won't have to pay more for it because you did. And 4, we have to get serious about prevention in all of its aspects. Now, the issue about buying insurance across state lines is a smokescreen. In Minnesota, this would seriously disadvantage us. And it would disadvantage us because in Minnesota, our health plans are not for profit. What that legislation would do is open up Minnesota to all of the for-profit insurance companies that are out there in the other 49 states. It would not reduce your premium 1 iota. It would not make it easier for your doctor to deal with another 100,000 insurance companies. I don't know how many. It would absolutely increase the administrative burden, and it will do nothing to help Jane and Joe or your doctor or your nurse. It would be a bad idea. Michelle approves of it. She thinks it's a great idea. It stinks.